Episode 1. The Beginning of Paradise. Sho Kokoma. This was back when he was still living on the mainland. It started as a very ordinary day, really nothing out of the ordinary. Shokuin. I'll see you tomorrow. A gorgeous, beautiful, yet graceful-looking girl said. The setting sun was fading across the city. At that time of the day, when people were quickly returning to their homes, the girl was the center of attention of many people. It was partly because of her beautiful appearance, but also because of the princess glamour that oozed from within. She was seen as a bit overbearing, but this was a natural trait of hers, and she never looked down on anyone. The boy who knew her well, Sho, her childhood friend, responded with a smile. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. The girl smiled, turned around, and walked gracefully through the sunset-tinted town. 3 boys followed close behind, and 2 of them looked back at him and shouted loudly. Hey Sho! Whoever loses the rock-paper-scissors game tomorrow gets to buy the juice. Don't forget. Haha, don't worry, I'll beat you tomorrow. Misuru and Suguru, 2 fat guys that Sho had known since elementary school. Sho smirked, as he realized that his grin had the look of a bad boy. Damn it. What do you mean we're going to win? I'm going to win again anyway, aren't I? Sho murmured in exasperation, and the other boy patted him on the shoulder. What is it with you and your freakish strength in rock-paper-scissors? Oh, Takashi. Unlike the childish Misuru and Suguru, Takashi, was a boy with the calm atmosphere of a butler. With his silky black hair, cultured and attractive face, fresh appearance, and casual consideration, Sho had a great deal of trust in him, as he had been his childhood friend even longer than Misuru and Suguru. See you later, Sho, and be careful on the way. Oh yes. Take care of Himiko-chan for me. You don't have to tell me that. As he said this, Takashi raised the corner of his mouth slightly. Takashi? What are you doing? Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry, Himiko. See you later, Sho. Takashi, who was called by the girl, also raised his hand lightly and left after her. Tenju Himiko. That was the name of the girl who was now in Sho's line of sight, parading through the town with 3 boys in tow. She was the daughter of the company president. Sho, Takashi, Misuru, and Suguru all had one thing in common. Their fathers worked for a large company run by her father. And the position their parents hold at the company had no small effect on the hierarchical relationship between Sho and the other children. Himiko, the president's daughter, Takashi, the executive director's son, Misuru, the son of a manager, Suguru, the son of a manager, and Sho, the son of a humble layman. It is a very natural pyramid that exists in modern society. Sho, Takaru, and Himiko have been childhood friends for a long time, and they respect each other, but Misuru and Suguru look down on Sho. However, Sho understands that this is just a child's behavior. Well, I guess I'll be going home then. Sho looked back at the road he had taken to drop Himiko off, passed through the shopping district, and quickened his pace toward his home, which he had passed on the way. Mom? After a short walk through the shopping district that connected to the nearest station, into a quiet residential area and towards the mountains, you would find yourself in front of Sho's house, the entrance to a group of affordable company housing. In front of the company housing where many ordinary citizens lived, some housewives dressed in casual clothes were chatting with each other. Their glamorous appearance was out of place in front of the company housing. Among them, there was only one woman who wore the aura of an ordinary citizen, Sho's mother, with her shopping bag. It's been a while since I've seen you, Kokoma-san. Have you been traveling? One of the housewives said in a ladylike manner. At first glance, the housewives seemed to be gentle and kind, but it seemed as if they were judging Sho's mother, and Sho's mother blushed a little embarrassed. Yes, well, I had a dinner party with some old friends. And I was back in the country for a bit. Oh, really? You didn't mention anything to me, so I was worried. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if I could come back tomorrow to give you all a souvenir. Oh, I'm sorry to bother you. The housewives were snickering. Shou's mother was smiling and talking with them for a while, but as soon as the housewives left the place together, she sighed a little, looking tired. Shou called out to his mother at that moment. Mom. Hi, Shou. Welcome home. Yeah, I'm back. People nowadays. Yeah, they're from over there. Shou and his mother looked at the two housewives who had left. The graceful-looking housewives were headed for a huge corporate housing complex that was as beautiful as new. At first glance, the luxuriousness of the building was far different from the company housing that Shou and his family lived in, and the security was outstanding. You could see that it was for rich people only. Those housewives were all living in the company housing there. It was literally a different world to live in. Shou, come on, let's go home. I have to make dinner. Shou's mother urged him to go to a small house in a rundown company housing complex. After all, every human being has a position. Shou felt a little depressed as he realized that he and his mother were the same person. Later that night, hey, how would you like to live on this southern island? It was out of the blue. In the middle of a simple dinner as usual in the living room, his father laughed and asked. Shou stopped dipping his chopsticks in the boiled fish and sat stunned with his mouth open. It took him a while to understand what his father was saying. Are you sure, Dad? I've always wanted to relax in a place like this. You know what? Dad would definitely feel at home on this island. Wow, Mom brought back some good stuff. An old friend of mine gave it to me. She said it's a very nice island. His parents were getting excited. The pamphlet they were looking through had a picture of a beautiful tropical beach on the cover, and it was labeled Banjo Island Emigration Guide. What about? Wait. Does that mean you're going to emigrate? Shou's father nodded easily and said, yes. What? No. No. I'm totally against it. Shou stood up and raised his voice and arms in protest. But that was to be expected. Shou was still a first-year high school student in the midst of his adolescence. There was no way he could just throw away everything he had built up and start a new life on a tropical island at such a young age. There was no way he could be so positive. But Shou, wouldn't you love to? Look at the crystal-clear waters of, and the stunning natural beauty of the island. It's the perfect location. A chance for a lowly, low-wage family like ours to live on an island like this will never come your way if you miss it. I'm sure you're right, but I'm not sure you're a poorly paid. The pamphlet that the delighted father unfolded and showed them. It showed a beautiful bay with blue and azure waters. The colorful coral reefs were swarming with lovely fish, and the subtropical jungle with its huge trees was filled with wild birds. A huge waterfall cascaded down the mountain at the center of the island, and there were even hot springs gushing out all over. Shou was convinced that it was a dream come true to be able to move to this island with his father's meager salary. He had never been to Hawaii or any other foreign country before. His longing swelled. I've never been abroad, let alone to Hawaii. But if we're going to live on this island for the rest of our lives, that's a different story. It's too sudden. No matter what. Shou, Dad thinks children should grow up bravely and robustly in nature. What's with this serious face all of a sudden? I don't like it. I don't want to go to this island where there are no convenience stores, bookstores, or game stores. I'm a child of civilization, a 21st century boy. I want to watch TV every day, and I want to be online. And I don't want to break up with Himiko-chan. Oh my god. What? Dad? What's wrong with you? Shou's father suddenly started to hold his head and fell down deliberately. Shou's mother rushed to help him up. Oh, Dad. What's wrong? Are you okay? Mom. It seems that my daily work at the office has taken its toll. I can't get away from the overtime work. The drinking party that goes on until midnight every night. The long-packed train in the middle of summer that makes me lose consciousness. Waiting for a cab for an hour. Dad can't take it anymore. Oh, Dad, for us in such a harsh environment. What are you talking about, Mom? For the sake of the family, it's only natural. Dad, What? Hey, Mom? What's wrong with you? This time, even his mother, who was supporting him, put her hand on her forehead and staggered. His father supported her on his shoulder and called out to her in concern. The situation was reversed. Oh, I feel lightheaded. I wonder if it's because of the constant socializing with the neighbors. I'm tired of flattering them. I want to go away somewhere far away. Mom, I'm sorry that Dad is such a poorly paid clerk. It's okay, Dad. I'm sorry I'm such a weak woman, too. Ugh. Mom. Dad. Gasp. Glances. Oh, if we can live on this island, I'm sure Mom will feel better. If we can live on this island, I'm sure your father will be relieved of the stress of work. Furtive glances. His parents hugged each other in tears. The gazes they sent at each other pierced the mute show. It was easy to understand the two of them. You can't do that to me. I don't want to go. Huh, I see. Then we have no choice. His parents let go of each other's bodies, and his father stood up quickly and stood in front of Sho. What? Did you understand me? Dad. Yeah, I understand you just fine, Sho. Yeah, I understand you, Sho. Dad. Mom. Honestly, Sho felt bad for both of them. He knew very well that they had been through a lot together. He almost nodded his head, but he still wanted to stay here. I understand very well that you want to stay. So Sho, his father put his left hand on his waist, patted Sho on the shoulder with his right hand, and said with a gentle smile, if you really want to stay here, quit school and work hard and live on your own. Thus ended Sho's normal life. I heard that you're moving out. I'm really surprised. Yeah, I see. On their way home from school, the five of them were walking along the shopping street in the middle of town as usual. When Himiko asked, Sho nodded weakly. A few nights ago, Sho had almost said to his parents, okay, I'll go by myself. But when he calmed down and thought about it, he realized that he would never be able to do that, so he decided to move to the southern island of Banjo Island with his parents. I know it's short notice, but then we'll have to have a farewell party. Oh, great. Then let's play rock, paper, scissors to decide who's going to pay for the farewell party. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoever wins will pay for it, right? Ha ha ha, of course. Masuru and Suguru laughed, and Sho felt a chill run down his spine as he panicked. Wait. I can't believe you're doing this. It's my farewell party. How weird is it that I'm paying for my own farewell party? What are you talking about? Calm down, Sho. The game isn't decided yet, is it? That's right, Sho. All you have to do is not win. It's just a matter of probability. Masuru and Suguru couldn't stop smiling. It's not fair. That's not fair. Both Masuru and Suguru know me well. That kind of probability doesn't apply to me. Let's go. We've got to get out there and win, rock, paper. Wait. Pawn. Yeah, I knew it. As a result, it was Sho who won. Without Himiko, the four boys played rock, paper, scissors. However, the game was decided in just one round, without a single scuffle. It was an overwhelming victory. Damn. I think it's like telling me to pay from the beginning when it's decided by playing rock, paper, scissors. Well. I'll give you a big send-off for that. Yes. Oh, and let's order a lot of pizza and stuff. You pay for it, of course. Gunyunu. Sho clenched his teeth as he shook his frozen hands, while Masuru and Suguru ordered several pizzas on their cell phones, while Takashi chuckled and said, oh dear. Hey, you too. Don't order too much. We'll at least pay for the sub-menu and drinks. Also, before we get the pizza, we should help Sho with the cardboard boxes in his room. If we do that, maybe Sho will be willing to pay for it. What? Oh yeah, I guess so. If you can help me with that, well, damn. All right, I'll help you. I'll help you out. Why the hell are we doing this? Masuru and Suguru finished ordering the pizza while mumbling. I've taken care of a lot of things for you so far, so please take care of the expenses, okay? Shokuin, Himiko said without sarcasm, but simply and honestly. When she gave him a beautiful smile, Sho couldn't say anything else but smiled back. The five of them arrived at Sho's house. They decided to use Sho's room as the venue for the farewell party, but first of all, everyone except Himiko finished moving his belongings, a lot of cardboard boxes, to the front of the company house. Since they had already finished moving his parents' stuff, the Kokomas were almost done. They returned to Sho's room to find only the study desk and chair that he had used since elementary school. By that time, Sho was already thinking that it was okay to pay for the pizza since they helped him move out like this. It's always nice to be seen off, no matter what. At that moment, the truck that Takashi had called ahead of the pizza arrived in front of the company house. You stay here. Sho, Himiko, we're going to go downstairs and arrange the luggage. Oh yeah, thanks Takashi, I'll leave it to you. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go Masuru, Suguru. Okay. Yes, sir. Then he led Masuru and Suguru out of Sho's room. The last thing he said was in a low voice that only Sho could hear. Sho, don't leave with any regrets. Yeah. With a smile, he left. Sho somehow understood the meaning of the word. Takashi's gentle eyes made it so. I see. Surely this is my last chance. Thanks, Takashi. There's something I've been meaning to tell you. There is something I've been meaning to say. Something I've been holding on to. I want to tell you this feeling. I don't want to leave any regrets. I've been thinking about it, but I can't seem to come up with the words. Various phrases were swirling around in his head, but he couldn't get them out of his head and into his mouth. He felt itchy and frustrated. This room brings back memories. We used to play here whenever it rained. You know, me, Shokuin, and Takashi. Do you remember? Yeah. Won't be able to do that anymore, will we? If Shokuin disappears like this, I'll be... Sho was flabbergasted. Then Himiko showed a slightly sad expression on her face. Seeing her expression, however, made Sho happy, because he thought she was sad. He wondered if she cared about him at least a little. That's why he hoped for more words. But I'm having trouble figuring out what to do with the menial tasks. What? What? What's the matter, Shokuin? Why did you fall down in the middle of nowhere? No, I was just surprised. What? You're weird, aren't you, Shokuin? Ha. He laughed and tried to cover it up, but he was indeed a bit shocked. So that's how it was. To be honest, he had felt that way himself, but it was hard to hear it from Himiko's mouth. Even though she was a natural princess, it still hit home. Well, there were a few other candidates. I'll tell Takashi to find your replacement, so you don't have to worry so much, Shokuin. Yeah, I see. Sho has been in love with Himiko since he was a little boy. He wasn't sure if his feelings were truly romantic, but he knew that she was the most important girl in his life. That's why Sho was finally about to say the words. Oh, Himiko-chan. Yes? What? I actually like. A lot. I really. He choked out in desperation. But he just couldn't say the rest. He couldn't say the rest. His ears were burning with shame. He didn't know what to do. He almost panicked. That's when it happened. Are you trying to tell me that you like me by any chance? Yes. I like you too, Shokuin. What? This was a development that he never expected. He was dribbling desperately to get to the other team's goal, when suddenly the other team took the ball and scored a goal with a super grade shot. Sho was dumbfounded for a while, and then his face broke into a smile because he was so happy. Sho is serious, thoughtful, and caring. I like Shokuin because he is very capable as a handyman. But if you're talking about love, I'm sorry. But I can't see you as such an object. Himiko-chan. I couldn't live in this house. You know that, right? Shokuin. There is not a millimeter of evil, no malice, no ulterior motive. It was just a simple, straightforward answer. That's just how she responded. At a loss for words, Sho had no idea what he looked like now. The only thing he could tell was that it wasn't a good look. When Sho's shoulders slumped, Himiko said with an innocent smile, "Enjoy the tropical island." Oh dear. So, this is what happened. Takashi, who was eavesdropping on the whole exchange between Sho and Himiko in the corridor, sighed a little with a rather complicated expression on his face. Ugh. It had been a few days since Himiko had dumped him. Sho was currently nodding off on a fishing boat, baking in the hot sun. The waves rose high in the sky. Each time the boat shook, his body screamed. Oh, ugh. Are we there yet? Jeez. Sho asked while suppressing his nausea. Then a white animal, a creature that Sho had never seen before, which looked like a combination of a cat and a rabbit, mewed cheerfully beside Sho Mia. Sho was a little upset, but the loveliness of the creature, which could be called a cabbit, soothed him, and he regained his composure. Yeah, about another 20 minutes or so. Oh, 20 more minutes. The man who answered Sho's question was the man who operated the fishing boat. His name was Minamata. Minamata was wearing a fresh, tropical aloha shirt, a hat, and sunglasses. His appearance seemed somewhat suspicious, but Sho could sense the good person aura overflowing from his whole body. This person was not a bad person. Oh, I'm sorry. We were supposed to fly by seaplane. If only it hadn't broken down at the last minute. I guess it's because I've been away from everyone for a bit. Oh, I see. Ugh. Mia. At last, unable to stand the nausea, Sho hurriedly leaned over the edge of the boat, and one of the cabbits rubbed his head anxiously. The other three poked and prodded Sho, playing on his back like a slide and tugging at his clothes. Hey, are you okay? Oh, look. I can see the island now. After being seasick for so long, Sho's nerves were at their limit. Minamata's words made Sho look up. And then he saw it. Wow! Sho's vision seemed to widen instantly. The sea, which had somehow become clearer, was as beautiful as it was absorbing, and as they approached the island, he could see the colorful fish and corals. At the end of the line, there was the island they would reach. Meow. The cry of a cabbit drew Sho's attention to the white sandy beach and the four exotic girls standing on the breakwater made of natural stone and wood that stretched from the beach. Welcome to Banjo Island. Welcome. One of the girls waved her hands in the air, and Sho was stunned. Are those girls? Yeah, they're residents like you. I hope you get along. Maybe the residents are cherry-picked just to attract people. When Sho glanced at him, Minamata gave a small chuckle and reassured Sho that this was not the case. The boat finally arrived at Banjo Island. It had been a long time since he had been on the ground, and Sho was impressed by the unshakable ground as he grabbed his luggage and headed down to the beach. The sun's rays dazzled his eyes. The girls came running up to Sho with light footsteps. Nice to meet you. Hello. Welcome to Banjo Island. The first to speak up was the girl who had just waved. What do you think of this island? It's so beautiful. The brown-skinned girl, who seemed to be full of energy, suddenly said this to Sho, who looked around with blinking eyes. Sho's eyes widened as he looked around, and he was once again astonished by the power of nature. It was hard to believe that he was in Japan. Yeah, amazing. I'm really surprised. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yes. The girl smiled and laughed. The other three girls standing behind her also had cheerful expressions on their faces. It looked to Sho as if they were all in high spirits. We've been waiting for you. You're the last one to join. I know I'm late in introducing myself, but I'm Dird. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Huh? What? Ha. The dark-skinned girl who suddenly picked up Sho's hand, she called herself Dird and laughed refreshingly with a childish smile. Sho couldn't immediately give his own name and nodded dumbly. Then, a little later, he said, Oh! I'm Sho, Kokoma Sho. It's nice to meet you. Sho? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Boom. Dird shook his hand up and down so hard that Sho almost got nauseous again. Oh, by the way, just now you said something about me being the last participant in? Okay. Your turn is over. Come on. Oh no. Hey, Aaliyah. It's still my turn. You're taking too long. I'm stuck behind you. Sho's words were drowned out in the middle of the conversation, and the girl who pushed Dirt out of the way and came forward was the youngest of the four in terms of appearance. The girl's gaze, staring at Sho, seemed to be assessing him, and she had a slightly cocky air about her. But there was no malice in it. My name is Aaliyah, and although I'm the youngest of the four, I'm definitely the most decent and exceptionally talented. Oh, and if Dirt gives you any trouble, just let me know. I'll take care of it. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not going to put any trouble on Sho. No, of course you won't. Of course you would. You're Dirt, remember. So what's the point of that? While Dirt and Aaliyah were fighting and making a lot of noise, the other two girls came in front of Sho at about the same time. They're always like this. So don't worry too much about it. Yes. I'm Apuesta. Nice to meet you. Yes. It's nice to meet you too. Sho was somewhat uncomfortable with the nonchalant voice of the girl who called herself Apuesta, but he was more puzzled by the blush on her face as soon as he shook her hand. She seemed to be cool, but she was surprisingly shy. Fufu. I'm sorry for the sudden noise. My name is Palti. Life on this island may be confusing at first, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to talk to us. Please. Oh, thank you very much. Well, it's nice to meet you. Yes, I'd like to thank you as well. Incidentally, I'm the oldest of the bunch, but I'm still only 18, you know? I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear that. Yes. Fufufu. The last greeting, Palti, was a polite and respectful lady with a gentle smile and a soft demeanor. Her slightly droopy eyes made her look like a lady and gave her a noble impression. However, Sho felt that there might be a little intimidating part hidden in her. Well, it seems that greetings are done, so let's go to the procedure first, Kokomakuen. Oh yes. Before he knew it, Minamata had come down from the boat with his luggage, apparently waiting for Sho and the girls to finish their greetings. Sho followed Minamata's lead and started walking with his little luggage in his hand. Oh no! Sho is leaving already. It can't be helped. He's just arrived. There are a number of formalities that need to be taken care of. Dirt, I'll see you later. Fufu. Aaliyah and Apuesta are right, Dirt. Okay. Sho, we'll have lots to talk about later. Oh, yes. Is it possible that I'm a little popular? Sho's heart was filled with a kind of joyful anticipation in the open air of the tropics, but then, actually, I asked them to take care of you while you get used to the island. So, if you have any problems, please ask them for help. I'm sure they'll be able to help you. What? Oh, really? Haha, that's right, isn't it? Ha. Why am I so excited? There's no way I'm suddenly going to be popular with the ladies. Sho forced himself to smile to cover it up, but inwardly he sighed sadly.